You know, for any business in Bangladesh, tax season, it can feel like you're just trying to navigate a storm, right? But what if I told you that taxes didn't have to be just this obligation? What if they could actually be a strategic tool to help fuel your company's growth? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to completely transform how you think about tax planning.
All right, so here's what we've got on deck. First, we'll dive right into the business tax challenge. Then, we'll get into why tax planning really matters. After that, we'll look at the essential services you need, and we'll wrap up by talking about the huge benefits of getting professional guidance. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1, the Business Tax Challenge. Let's start with the reality on the ground, shall we? For so many businesses, the tax landscape in Bangladesh, well, it doesn't feel like a clear path. It feels more like a really complex, constantly changing maze.
So, let's be honest for a second. Is your business actually navigating tax complexity, or does it feel more like you're drowning in it? It's a really important question to ask. Are you confidently steering the ship, or are you just trying to keep your head above water? Trust me, if you feel that way, you are definitely not alone.
And these are the hurdles we're talking about, right? First off, you've got complex and always changing regulations. It's almost impossible to keep up. That leads to this constant pressure to be compliant. And the risk? Wow, the risk of penalties for even small errors is high. But maybe the biggest thing? It's a total time drain on your core operations. It pulls you away from what you should be doing, growing your business.
Okay, so that's the problem. But here's the good news. There is a much, much better way. A powerful way to go from being reactive to being totally in control. And that's what this next section is all about. Why tax planning matters. It's so much more than just filing forms. It's about foresight.
So, let's define our terms here. What is business tax planning? Simply put, it's the process of strategically organizing your company's finances. The goal? To minimize what you owe in taxes while, and this is crucial, making sure you are in full compliance with all the laws and regulations. It's really the art of being smart with your money while staying perfectly on the right side of the law. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. Look at the difference. The reactive approach, that's the last-minute filing, the missed deductions, the high stress, and yeah, the risk of penalties. We've all been there. But then you have the proactive strategy. This is year-round planning. It's about maximizing your savings, getting real financial clarity, and being fully compliant. It completely changes the game. So, what are we trying to achieve with smart tax planning? Look, it's not just about paying less tax, though that's a fantastic perk. It's about legally reducing that burden, sure, but it's also about improving your overall cash flow. It's about avoiding those costly fines and penalties. Ultimately, it's about ensuring your long-term financial stability and just optimizing your financial performance across the board. All right, so we've established the why. Now let's talk about the how. Section 3 is all about the essential tax planning services. This is your toolkit for financial success. What does this actually look like in practice?
First up, the big one, corporate tax planning. Think of this as the master blueprint. It's about looking at your entire business structure, your operations, everything, to find every single legal deduction and allowance available. You're essentially building a tax-efficient machine from the ground up.
Next, let's get a little more specific. We have to talk about VAT and return filing. In Bangladesh, VAT is a huge deal. Managing it correctly, from the calculation all the way to filing, is totally non-negotiable. If you get this wrong, it can cause some serious headaches. So accuracy here, it's everything.
Then there's compliance and documentation. This is the backbone of, well, everything we're talking about. You have to manage all your reports, your books, your filings to meet the standards of bodies like the NBR. Think of it as your company's armor. Meticulous records mean you're always ready for an audit. It's your best defense.
And of course, you can't have good documentation without this: solid accounting and bookkeeping. This is the absolute foundation. You literally cannot build a smart tax strategy on top of messy or inaccurate financial records. Clean books are the launchpad for everything else.
And sometimes you need a specialist, a real expert. Are you thinking about a new investment, a merger or acquisition? Dealing with international tax issues? These aren't everyday problems. They're complex situations with huge tax implications. That's when specialized advisory services become absolutely crucial to help you navigate those high-stakes decisions.
Okay, so what happens when you bring all these services together under professional guidance? Something really powerful. This isn't just about handing off a task you don't like. As we'll see in this next section, it's about unlocking your business's true potential.
And this is the path to financial excellence. It's a clear progression.
Step 1, you maximize your savings. That's an immediate boost to your bottom line. Step 2, you ensure full compliance, which gives you peace of mind. Step 3, you gain expert guidance to steer the ship. And the final result, you achieve real financial clarity, and that gives you the power to make much smarter decisions for your business.
This quote really nails it. Global mindset, cross-border reach, and local experience. Because in today's business world, especially in Bangladesh, this is the magic formula. You need a team that understands international best practices, but also has that deep, on-the-ground knowledge of the local landscape. That's what creates the most powerful strategies.
But you know what the ultimate benefit is? It's stress-free management. When you hand over all this tax complexity to experts, you're not just buying a service. You're buying back your most valuable resources, your time and your focus. It means you can finally stop worrying about compliance and get back to doing what you do best, growing your business.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this: unlock savings and minimize tax burdens with expert business tax planning. This isn't a passive thing, it's an active process. It's about taking control and unlocking the potential that's just sitting there, trapped by complexity.
And that brings us to the final crucial question. I want you to really think about this for your own company. Is your tax strategy driving growth, or is it holding your business back? Is it just a source of stress and a line item on a budget, or are you using it as a strategic tool to build a stronger, more profitable company? The choice and the opportunity is all yours.